Hello and welcome to Topham Chats, the show where I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community about various things. My guest this week is KillerKel, or Kelly. Hey Kelly, how's it going?
Hi, I'm doing fine. How about you, Top?
Excellent. Cool. Let's start off with the question I start every episode off with. Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter?
Yeah, I've been anticipating this question. I thought about it a lot, and I would say that if you asked me 3 months ago, I would say Achievement Hunter. Nowadays, I would say I'm pretty much split between the two because I have a very deep love for the podcast and the patch and everything like that, and just a lot of like the side content that they do for Rooster Teeth. And for Achievement Hunter, I'm as always just like everyone else, a big fan of the Minecraft Let's Plays, GTA Let's Plays, and really everything like that. So I would say that I'm pretty much split between the two. If I had to choose, I'd probably still go Achievement Hunter because that's how I found or got back into Rooster Teeth. But I'd say I'm pretty split right now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how did you discover Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter?
I'm pretty sure that when I was in middle school, one of my friends showed me one of the very first RVBs. But it was in passing. It was very much a, hey, check this out. This is really cool. We laughed and we moved on kind of thing. I was young, didn't know how to use the internet that much, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I remember I rediscovered it in high school through Michael during a Rage Quit video, which is how apparently a lot of people rediscovered. And it sucked me back in, and I stayed a fan even to this day.
Ah, cool. So, when did you get all back into it and jump into the community side of things?
I didn't jump into the community until about 3-4 months ago, I think now, almost 4 months maybe. It was almost at the end of my third year of college, and I wanted something more to do, and I jumped in, and I've been here ever since.
Ah, cool. Speaking of Rooster Teeth and things pushing you over to that side a little bit more, have you seen the iBlade teaser trailer that they just put out?
I have. It looks awesome.
It looks so good, doesn't it? I was so intrigued when they're like our medieval project.
It looks so amazing. Oh my gosh. I've only watched it once, and I think it's only because I haven't had the time to watch it again. But I absolutely cannot wait to watch it over and over just to see if I can spot any secrets or spoilers or anything like that. And also just because it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, it looks so good. One of the people I know, like I was chatting to in Rooster Teeth Radio, which is a chat channel that we do every Friday, she's in the video. She's standing next to Jack, and it's like, oh my god, I've chatted with her before. Actually, she was on the 8-Bit Salute live stream that they did as well. She was in that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like just interacting with her. She's like, "Oh my god, she's in a production!" It's so cool.
Yeah, it's always really cool to see community members be in the actual RT stuff.
Yeah, it's wicked. So, speaking of the community side of things, you recently did a fan meetup, a group event. How did that go?
What was it? I joined up, as a lot of people do when I think they join the community. They join the groups that are in their area just because it shows other people that look at their profile where they're from generally. Yeah. So I, a while back, joined RTDC because I live pretty close to the District of Columbia, or Washington, D.C., which is the United States capital. I live pretty close to there. I live in the middle between Baltimore and D.C., so I'm pretty close to both. Regardless, I joined RT way back when. I joined RTDC way back when, and it was really quiet. And I remember they posted a few things when I first joined about doing a meetup, but then it kind of died down. And I remember watching the community panel about meetups and groups and all those sorts of things at RTX, or at least I watched it from the live stream at RTX. Yeah, and it really got me wanting to do more. And I would do a lot with like GGG and all of that. But regardless, I wanted to meet more people, and I wanted to have some kind of presence here in DC, or at least in the area, because there's a good amount of people. There have to be. There's nothing else around. And so I kind of asked a few admins if I could have some rights, and they agreed. And I started organizing a bit, and we had the first RTDC yesterday.
Ah, cool.
Oh, and you asked how it went as well. Yeah, I can say it went okay. I'll admit. I'm not gonna let myself get discouraged though. I'm not gonna say it was bad. We had a 300% increase from the last RTDC, which there wasn't really one, so we had 3 people. But regardless, it was really great. It was great meeting them, interacting with them, and it was just a good amount of fun. We had a cookout. It was really relaxing. It was warm. It was nice, and it was good just meeting them. And hopefully, going into the future, we'll be able to do game nights and maybe really the sky's the limit. Anything really.
Ah, cool. Just more and more things to line up for the future. And it's always good to interact with people in your local area as well, which is
Definitely
always good to hear. So you touched on just then the GGG, which is the Good Guy Gamer Groups. You and Beep run the PC community nights. So how did that come about? Were you just like, oh, we have PCs, we'll do that? Or was it like, yeah, people come on PC and we'll just see what happens?
Yeah. I remember when I first joined, I first joined in on a Minecraft night. That's what it was. And I then after that had participated in, I want to say, a GTA night maybe. But I remember looking around in the forums for the group, and a lot of people were asking, "Hey, can we do a PC night? Hey, can we do some other kind of console?" And I don't have a PS3, and the next gen consoles, quote quote, were still kind of in their early stages at the time, and so I have a pretty nice laptop. I've put some time into it, and so I asked Andy, Alex, and Ash if I could maybe talk to some of the community members, maybe get something started, and they openly agreed. They were very happy to have someone kind of step up. That's kind of the impression that I got, was that they were really looking for someone to maybe get something started, because I can already tell you they're swamped, and I can tell you from me, I'm swamped now too. But and if you ask Beep too, she'd say the same thing. But so I messaged Beep Bep, and that's Beep, and I messaged Sparky DJM1, and it went from there. Beep had the most time, so we tend to get things rolling the most, but Sparky joins in from time to time, and it's really great.
Ah, cool. Yeah, you said about the quote unquote next gen consoles. Are you looking to go towards those, or are you completely happy with your setup at the moment?
Well, I have 360 and I have my laptop here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I do also have the PS4, but I haven't spent much time on it, mostly because I don't really have any time anymore. Especially now GGG and PC game nights and blah 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 blah. I want to play it. I want to play it so bad because I want to get into The Last of Us, because I've been waiting for it for PS4 for so long, and now it's out, but I haven't had the time. And gosh.
Yeah, I absolutely love that game. I highly recommend it. I played it on PS3 when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. But yeah, there were a few things about it that I thought were a bit jarring. I recognise that it does deserve a lot of the praise that it gets, but I still wouldn't put it up there as one of my favourite games, but it is a great experience, for sure.
Understood.
But yeah. Right, anyway, what are your favourite games to play as a group, like with the GGG people? And
as a
just
group,
generally.
Okay, well, there's always 100% Minecraft. I know that it's been done to death by everybody ever, but it's just great fun. It's great to see the creativity. It's great to see just the mechanics in work, and it's just fun with people. It just is. It's a good time by yourself. Don't get me wrong, but Minecraft, with especially the group that we have, is absolutely fantastic. And I know that you can speak to that as well. Aside from that, I love our GTA nights. Halo is a good bit of fun. And then when we get together and we do TF2 and Gary's Mod, it's just incredible. It's absolutely great.
Cool. Yeah. Have you seen the new plugin that's on the Minecraft server now? You can build walls and like big cuboids, pretty much. And Poke installed it this weekend.
That's great.
And, it's so good.
I can't wait to actually use it, because it's going to be a big help, especially with a few projects that I have in mind. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I can build anything I've built recently. Like, I cleared out and built the pit recently. I think I built it last weekend, and I could do that it took me probably about an hour and a half to build. If I were to do it today, it would take me easily, I don't know, 15 minutes at most. It's just
definitely
so much faster to build things now. Cool. So we talked about games that you like playing as with groups of people. What games recently have you enjoyed that you've played solo with no other people,
Okay, solo.
just like single player games.
Well, I absolutely love Civ 5. That's a pretty good one. I've spent, if you look at my Steam, I've spent so much time in that. But one of my ones that I just love for its accessibility is FTL. I'm a big, big fan of FTL.
Cool. So, away from games, let's move away from there for now. What other things do you do?
What other things do I do? Well, I go to school. It's currently the summer for us, but that's going to be over soon. And so I go to Towson University in Baltimore, and I study English there. So we'll see what happens with that. And I also work for the government currently as an internship for the summer. So that's pretty much all of that aside from the community stuff, which takes up a lot of time.
Ah, cool. I can imagine everything just taking up loads of time.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Ah, cool. So how do you... this might be a weird question, but how do you express your creativity? Like, in terms, do you write? Do you... What do you do, basically?
Well, as you may guess from the whole English major thing, I do write, actually. It's, I should write a lot more of the, like, fiction, short story, long novel, books kind of thing, but I get sidetracked very easily, and it's really hard for me to keep my attention unless someone is actively forcing me to do it, like with a school project or whatever. I enjoy doing it, don't get me wrong, but like I said, the attention span is the issue. But the main thing that I would say would be poetry. I'm a big proponent of poetry. I absolutely love it. I write it myself. I never show it to anyone, or rather, I don't usually. But it's good. I like it a lot. It's a good way to express yourself, and especially your your emotions and your feelings and just the world around you. So it's really good. I like that.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I did think of something just then, and I let it slip my mind without writing it down, which is really inconvenient, I would say.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah, I know. I've remembered it now, so that's okay.
There you go.
I guess it comes across quite well in the journals you write on the Rooster Teeth site. And it comes in handy that you do English and you do a lot of writing, because you always see it and it's like, oh wow, engaged. I don't even know how much you write. It's usually quite a bit. I'll just sit and read it. I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is what's going on, and you know how to like compose the journal posts for like events and wrap ups of what we've done, and it always seems to just I don't know, encapsulate how the night progressed and things like that.
Well, I'm glad that someone reads them. I'm really, really glad that someone reads them and that someone likes them. And I'll definitely keep it up then, especially for you, Top. I'll definitely keep it
up. Thanks. Cool. So, is there anything else that you do? I know you said you work and things like that. Do you do anything to just relax? Do you go, oh, this is where I go, or this is what I do to, I don't know, push creativity, or just relax, clear things out of your mind? Do you go on walks, just take a few minutes to sit out, meditate, or just listen to music, get into your own head?
Yeah. Well, as I'm sure you could relate to, and as I'm sure many, many, many people could relate to, I am a big fan of music, of course. I tend to be one of the alternative soft rock kind of guys, but I also really do like a lot of the electronic stuff. I like a lot of like the popular music, that kind of stuff. I really like everything, but I'm picky when it comes to specifics. Like, I'm not opposed to different genres. I tend to find favorites in each genre, and then I absolutely love those favorites and don't like other things. So I'm a big, big proponent of music as well, because I kind of find that to be a kind of like a poetry to rhythm. And so I kind of see all of that coming from the same source of the soul, as you would will. Regardless, though, aside from listening to music, of course, video games, obviously. But if you're asking for like where my happy place is, I get a lot of nice peace and quiet in the shower. That's tends to be my place. I don't know what it is, hot water or what, but the shower will do it for me.
Ah, fair enough. Right, let's step back towards Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter just for a second. Which of their productions at the moment do you really enjoy?
Which of their productions do I enjoy?
So it could be a Let's Play series, or the Go versus then RVB, the podcast.
Yeah.
Anything like Immersion, that was great. But yeah, which one do you enjoy the most?
I would say my current favorite would be Ruby. I think that a lot of people disagree with me when I say that I think it's different, but as someone who watches animes and everything like that, I do find it to be different from those. It has a very American style to it, which I absolutely love. But it's a good blend of the Asian cultures and then also the American like references that we have, such as a lot of the names in Ruby, like Glenda Goodwitch, for example, and Tortwig, which is a reference to Pokemon, obviously, which isn't American, but it's a good tie-in. So it's very referential. It's gotten a lot better in Volume 2, which is amazing. No more Shadow People. And I really, really love Ruby. But of course I love the other stuff too, but Ruby right now is a special place in my heart.
Ah, cool. Yeah, the second season's been absolutely killing it. There was one line in the latest one that I found horrendously jarring and I didn't like, but yeah, that's just beside the point, and I guess it's not that line itself. It was the line that Ruby says about Yang getting stronger with every time she gets hit. Yeah. I don't think it needed to be where it was. I felt it made the fight seem just a bit disjointed, and it just I was really disappointed that they had to explain it in the way that they did, because I don't feel like it fitted. Like it could have, like she could have just like brushed it off afterwards and been like, yeah, that's what it was like. But for me, it just really disrupted the flow of the fight scene that was going on. That was incredible, but like I said, it just made it feel a bit disjointed, which was a bit sad in my eyes. Oh well.
As someone who can, I can speak from the writing perspective, because one of the things I've learned in a lot of my writing classes is it's a lot better for your audience or your reader or your viewer in this case if you show don't tell. And I know that they want to do a certain amount of telling because obviously it's an important part of the lore and the information of Ruby. But it would have been better, like you said, to have her get stronger. Spoiler alert, by the way, to anyone else.
Oh yes, major spoiler alert for episode 4. God damn,
cut that bit out. It would have just been better for her to have gotten stronger, then beat the crap out of the guy, and then explained it afterwards. Because you get the impression that, especially the way that they work in that scene together, because that's a big, big moment for them as a team, because it's the first time you see them with all of their different attack patterns and moves working in tandem. But it would have been better for them to do it after, because you would assume that they would have already known this about her, being that they're a super close team now.
So. Yeah, they should have known that. They've been working together for a semester already. So
exactly.
To me, that line just really took me out of what was happening in that episode, and it was I didn't enjoy that much. But oh well.
I remember catching it too. Yeah.
Cool. So, aside from Rooster Teeth, are there any other content producers or podcasters or anything like that that you follow?
Oh yeah. There are a few people on YouTube that I do follow. I follow Total Biscuit, the cynical Brit.
Okay.
Dodger, who is a part of Polaris, and Strippin, who she's in a relationship with, and I also watch a good bit of Jesse Cox, and Krendor as well.
Ah, crazy.
Yeah. So a lot of Polaris people, and then Total Biscuit, who's also I think in them as well. Oh, and of course Sean Anderson.
Yeah, Polaris is the sub studio of Maker, isn't it? Who I guess they were they worked on one of the seasons of the Gauntlet with Rooster Teeth as well.
I know that. But I think Maker did. Yeah. And then of course there's the always popular Sean Anderson, who is also, ironically enough, involved with Rooster Teeth, or has history with Rooster Teeth. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ah, cool. Right, we have got to the point in the show where I want you to ask me a question. Any question it can be. I'll try my best to answer it as honestly and as fairly as I can.
Okay, Top. Well, as I can tell, because I do watch these Topham chat videos, so I wanted to go in a little bit of a different direction and not ask you a super important, super deep question, because, that's not really me. That's not really me, Top. So I want to ask you, the world wants to know, Top, Boxers, briefs, or other, or none. And I will gladly answer as well, because it's not fair for you to just answer.
Well, I like comfortable underwear, so briefs not so much. I typically go for boxers, but sometimes the hipster style boxers that are just like nice and comfortable, but keep everything relatively together.
Yeah, and you know what? I would tend to agree with you. I can tell that we're going to be great friends, Top, because I'm very much in the same boat. I'm a boxer brief kind of guy. So I'm with you on that one. There you go. So ladies, we now know how Topham likes his underwear. There you go. Go for it.
I know, right? Oh god, crazy. So yeah, it's just keeping it comfortable. I'm just like, yeah.
Of course. And obviously, Top, this conversation is going to stay between us, right? Like, come on.
Obviously. Wait a second. If only we were recording this or something.
If only.
One more question I have for you. Have you always been in the, I don't know, where are you, Maryland area?
Yes. I was born in Laurel Hospital, which is where I'm from, and so I've stayed in the same city. And fun fact, I was actually the smallest baby born into my hospital at the time. I was 3 pounds 10 ounces and fully developed and everything, so I was very, very, very small. So small that they asked my mom if she smoked or anything, and she did not. So I had to stay at the hospital for a long time. But regardless, I've always been in the Maryland area. Yeah, that's me.
Ah, cool. Right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up there. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Kelly, for being my guest. Promote yourself away. Where can we find you on Rooster Teeth? Are you on Twitter? Things like that.
Well, I wish I could say that I was on Twitter and everything. I think I'm working up to it. It hasn't really been my bag recently. But really, if you want to get in contact with me, just at KillerKel on Rooster Teeth. That's pretty much it. I'm on Facebook too, but I mean, I'm not telling you guys that stuff. So regardless, Rooster Teeth, hit me up.
I like to keep them distinct and separate because
yeah, definitely.
I don't want them to bleed over to one another.
Yeah, you don't want people seeing all those embarrassing photos. It's just not fun. But KillerKel,
right? My Facebook's terrible.
Of course. Feel free to talk to me anytime. Anybody out there, I absolutely love meeting new people. You should join GGG. It's really great. Lots of fun. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, PC nights on Tuesdays, Minecraft PC nights on Thursdays.
Yeah, and then we got other console stuff in between, so.
Yeah. But some of us have stopped joining in on console things unless they're Halo 4. Oh well.
No. It's okay, Tal.
It's okay.
Don't tell Alex, Andy, and Ash. Just don't tell them. It's alright.
Crazy. Right, thank you again for being my guest.
Of course, it was my pleasure. Thank you.
And with that, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.